The sun was descending behind the hills, painting the sky with shades of gold and crimson when the people began to gather. They came from villages near and far, farmers with roughened hands, women carrying baskets, children running with curiosity, elders leaning on their staffs. Each face carried a story, each heart carried questions. They longed not for the noise of the market or the rigid voice of law, but for words that could breathe life into their weary souls. Then Jesus appeared, not with trumpets or soldiers, but with the calm presence of one who walks in harmony with heaven. The crowd hushed as though the wind itself had paused. His eyes were full of compassion, and when he opened his mouth, his voice was like water flowing over dry land. He spoke of love, not the fragile kind that bends under hardship, but a love as vast as the sea, as constant as the sunrise. It was a love that welcomed the stranger, lifted the broken, and embraced even those who had wandered far from God. Love one another, he said, not because it is easy, but because love is the breath of God within you. Then he spoke of forgiveness, the path that heals wounds unseen. He told them that to forgive was not weakness, but freedom. If you hold anger, he said, you chain yourself. But when you forgive, you release both your neighbor and your own heart. He compared unforgiveness to a seed of bitterness, small yet poisonous, capable of spreading ruin. Forgiveness, on the other hand, was like a seed of light that, once planted, could grow into a tree sheltering generations. Some asked, how many times must we forgive? And he answered with the mystery of grace, 70 times 7. The people understood that he was not speaking of numbers, but of a boundless mercy that mirrors the mercy of God. He also urged them to love their enemies. The thought pierced their minds like a sharp blade, yet it lingered with the sweetness of truth. For who else but God could call humanity to such a radical path? When night finally touched the horizon, the crowd lingered still, reluctant to leave. They had not only heard words, they had felt eternity brush against their hearts. And in that moment, they knew love and forgiveness were not distant ideals, but the very heartbeat of God's kingdom.